Today, October 16th, is the feast of St. Margaret Mary, the Visitation nun who had visions of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And she suffered much for them. But to her great surprise, it was on the feast of St. John the Evangelist, right after Christmas, after she had entered the convent, that the Sacred Heart appeared to her all on fire. And indeed, in the second image, the second vision, Jesus' entire body is on fire, and flames are coming out of Jesus' sacred wounds. And his heart is like this glowing furnace. And in that vision, Jesus places his heart in St. Margaret Mary and takes her heart and places it in his own, and then also gives her heart back. And the point of that is to say that the Lord wants to place his heart within us, wants us to love with his heart, to serve with his heart, to see with his heart. The revelations of the Sacred Heart are really God's great desire for us to know his mercy and compassion. The phenomenon of the visions of St. Margaret Mary occurred at a time when Jansenism was rampant in France. And in a nutshell, Jansenism was kind of the Catholic vision or version of Puritanism. That we were so unworthy of receiving the sacraments. Most people only receive the Eucharist several times in their life. There's the sense of our absolute evil and God's absolute goodness. So one was not even worthy of praying to Jesus. So one could argue, I think, theologically, that the Sacred Heart revelations are God's desire to correct some of that false impression, to show us the intensity of Christ's love for us, the fire of his heart. That his greatest desire is that we enter into relationship with him and find in him the meaning, purpose of our life, which is salvation in the blessed triune God. So the fire of the Sacred Heart is a symbol of God's intense love for us. And once we taste that mercy, once we know that compassion, we trust in Jesus, and we want to bring everyone with us into that same living, loving relationship with Christ. Many people disbelieved St. Margaret Mary. They thought she was just making all this up to get attention. It tormented her greatly, and yet she said beautifully, when we come across humiliations, when people say false things about us, when we are attacked, even with cruelty at times, one grace that's given to us is the ability to see all of that as a way to further abandon ourselves to the Sacred Heart, to trust in him, and to pray for the people that are hurting us or persecuting us. That's a harsh school. It's the school of the cross. But when we can see the thorns in our life as a gift from Jesus to unite us to him, there comes a joy and a peace that is not of this world. And so we ask St. Margaret Mary's prayers that we love the Sacred Heart of Jesus, that we honor the heart of Christ, and we ask that our own hearts may beat in union with that divine, fiery heart at the center of the universe. St. Margaret Mary, pray for us.